Hi, everybody. It's the music pessimist here. Today, talking about Stone Temple Pilots' third album, Tiny Music, songs from the Vatican gift shop. What a title! What a title! So edgy. Um, I mean, right there from the first titles were core, purple, very simple to the point, very grungy sound and everything. And then this one, you can just already tell from the title of the album. It's like, uh, I don't know about this one. This is weird. I don't like this one at all. I've mentioned before. This one, no. Um, yeah, I think I've mentioned this before, but Scott Weiland, the lead singer at the time of Stone Temple Pilots, genius, absolute genius. And he very much had something he wanted to do. He had a direction he wanted to go into with this band. Obviously, they went with it. Like went, they rolled with it. And I feel like, God, this is bad. Um, it's bad. It's a new direction. When bands get experimental, it's either hit or miss. If you're a big fan, like I'm a huge fan of Panic at the Disco, of Paramore. When they go in different directions, it's sometimes it's hard to get on the same page as them. It's like, oh, this doesn't sound the same. But I'm not a big fan of Stone Temple Pilots. The first two albums were okay, like, and they both matched up the same speed with me. They're like, okay, this is fine. But fucking Tiny Music, it's so bad. I'd say my favorite song is Press Play. I think that's the first song on the album. I think it's the first song from the album, and it's an instrumental. Yep, and that's why it's my favorite because Scott Whelan, his favorite way to, I really should look up like an interview where he's like, "This is my name." Um, but he's really fucking experimental, and it doesn't do anything for me. And you watch the music videos, and like he's just doing all this fucking like hippie shit, like he's dancing, like loving the music, and it's like it doesn't. How do you go from grunge to rock to shit like, oh yeah, to this shit? And like, it's it's I'm not saying it's bad overall. It's just not for me, and it's really it's terrible. I hate it. I hated every second of this album except the instrumental. You start off like, okay, music's fine, and then the music hits, and then it's like, oh, then he sings. It's like, oh, and rest in peace, Scott. But I feel like this album was a huge misstep. Like, it was the wrong direction they could have taken. What was the year separation to? 96, so 2 years after Purple. They were like, oh fuck, like I don't know. I feel like it's a huge misstep. I can keep talking over and over again about this. Wow, most people actually liked it because of how different it was, which is fine. That's their opinion. Opinions differ. We don't always have to have the same opinions. But man, I could not get with it. Um, I believe at the time, with all the other albums that I've heard, I think this was the worst album I've ever reviewed um, to date. So we'll get to albums later on down the road where I'm like, nah, fuck these albums. But this is the worst one that I've reviewed thus far. So that's been me, the music pessimist. I'm hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry if you like this album, but I really did not. You guys have a good one.